So the second game at this point is going to be actually looking how. Let's switch into Fobuksaka again. And it's going to be right now resulting into a Savannah this time around. The players are going to be choosing. No, and that means we're going to be starting also with Hagrit playing a Thor this time around. On the other side, it's going to be set. So I'm thinking that HellsRavage is continuing with preset civilization. I'm really thinking that Hagrit is playing random. As I said, I do remember him playing random in tournaments before. So that's not entirely all that uncommon for him to do. Now, so you're going to be having the Relic for Ship of Fingernails. That is a food trickle. And the next one is going to be the Wolverine Calipers for cheaper armor researches. That's actually really nice as well. Really awesome. Really awesome indeed. And it's really kind of weird that here when you actually in the recorded game that we don't get the tooltips for some reason. Not sure why, but yeah, well, that's just a bit of an oddity of the UI that I have. But yeah, well, in the when you casting live, it's working properly. So it's of course the most important part overall. At any rate, you can see in the middle, and it's going to be of course quite an early abuse of the priest, which is quite a bit important, because if you can prevent any kind of conversion of animals from the set, then it's obviously quite a good idea and quite a good plan. Quite a good plan indeed. So at this point we are going to be having also quite a bit of a forward hunt for HellsRavage. And is it necessarily going to be the hunt that he needs to be going for? Probably so. He doesn't see potentially the rhinos that might be somewhere nearby as well still. No, he's gonna be potentially trying to heal the priest, but he just needs to be standing still for the full healing, full healing rate. So healing mutually is a mistake, because obviously they are both gonna be having the active healing rate, which means that it's pretty low. One of them needs to be stopping. Yeah, that was quite nice. Yet this was switching onto empowerment as they were coming back with the food, because you don't need to be empowering otherwise. Only during the point where they hand in. You can see how slow it actually is. So you could be just stopping it for a moment, getting him healed up. This is just a... this is... I don't know. This seems to me that simply HellsRavage not entirely aware of the mechanisms and how it actually works with the active healing and the passive healing. And they need to be really standing still for the fast one. For the fast healing rate. I'm hoping that it's not different in Age of Mythology and the vanilla, but I don't think that it is. But well, as you're gonna be looking around the map, plenty of goatees, and quite nice elephantos here to the left. Still haven't discovered potentially the rhino to the other side, but it apparently will be there based on Hagrit spawn. He's gonna be having right now 2 rhinos next to him, with the gold mine being actually a pretty decent spot. Don't think that's gonna be any kind of serious problem, but serious problem probably will be, since we do have the classic set, Verezus and Ors. Probably some shifting sense shenanigans will be coming into play here. I would be expecting that. Giraffinos to the top side here for HellsRavage. Quite a bit far away, but still something that he can potentially go for. Doesn't seem like there is anything else nearby besides potentially the rhino that he can be collecting. And then just murdering him right next to the granary. Maybe he can be just taking the lions in the meantime for 200 food before this is gonna be converted. Or maybe just could have been luring that anyway. But it seems like he's gonna be wanting to get the animal so that he can possibly shift sand, I guess. Seems to me that we are gonna be having maybe a single rhino. Tough to say. Tough to say. I don't want to be right bad now spoiling the Fog of War. I just want to be having appreciation of what exactly the players are seeing as well, or rather were seeing when they were playing the tournament. So all the way to the left flank, this is gonna be just a couple of lions, not any kind of extra food here. Really, just another also rhino. Okay, so maybe actually this doesn't even have... Oh yeah, it is. Okay, sorry. I was just going to say that maybe it didn't have to be even the starting couple of rhinos, but it is going to be. So we know how it is. Gonna be having some gazelles to the right side for Hagrit, which is gonna be really nice. Would be really nice. Can see right now the second TC also discovered by Hagrit. So far not by HellsRavage. By the way, HellsRavage hasn't discovered his second or even third TC. We see both of them for Hagrit. This one is kind of nice with the gold mine next to it. But for HellsRavage, there is one TC there, and there's the third one next to Giraffinos. And apparently quite nice gold here as well, so it's gonna be fairly similar in the end. Even though this is a bit front, not like this is too much better, right? It can be also very well raided, and overall though, at least a bit of assistance from the pond, which is gonna be screening it slightly. It's not too terrible. Not really too terrible at all. Nonetheless, you can see that Hagrit is gonna be trying to go for a forward build. Absolutely thumbs up. Everybody all the time liking, and every time when that actually becomes a thing. And in reality, it's very cool to see, because it usually results into some really fun games, so let's hope that it's gonna be the same this time. But you can see that the gold, unfortunately for HellsRavage, is very well protected, so he doesn't need to be panicking. He does have right now the sentry tower there. At the same time, since the opponent does have the possibility for the forest fire, he unfortunately cannot be hugging this too much. And the tower is gonna be probably safe, I'm thinking, from the god power. House, definitely not. This one will probably fall, but I'm thinking that the tower will be still standing, which is unfortunate. Unfortunate for Hagrit. Would have been really nice if it was a bit closer, but still, the opening is gonna be there for the gold mine, I'm thinking anyway. So Ptach is in. Shift instance immediately there. I mean, like there are plenty of units here, so I'm not thinking it's gonna be necessarily the case. Obviously still the problem. Okay, oh, what? Really? He shifted only the 2 Ulfsarks? I mean, like, it's not a terrible idea, frankly. He's gonna be killing them both, therefore it's gonna be delaying potentially the longhouses after. And there might be really quite a bit of a problem from that. Obviously no free unit from the temple, considering that we are on vanilla. And it's gonna be forcing Hagrid off the elephant. And I'm wondering if maybe he missed the gazelles to the right. But probably not. He just wanted to be going into the middle because he went for the forward build. And he thought that it's going to be safe, but against the set, that's not entirely all that much of a given. Still kind of thinking that the shift instance maybe were a bit weird. That he possibly could have been casting them earlier if he wanted to do that. And maybe he was thinking he can actually manage it with the units. He can micro it out. But in the end, he kind of decided otherwise. And didn't want to be risking too many of the hit points, I imagine. Maybe that was the thought process for him. As he do have at least another lion right now converted on the left side for him. Could be maybe trying to even get the rhino still from the left side, as you do have plenty of animals here, with that one rhino being quite a bit annoying on the houses. And if he's gonna be converting even that alley, even though that's taken a long time. Elephant is the longest to convert, and is it 90 seconds? I think it's 90 seconds. That is the maximum, therefore. That is the maximum. When you do have the tooltips and they have actually the conversion time in there, that is the maximum that it can be. It can though be also lower. So it's a bit random, same as conversions in Age of Empires 2 were random, so I guess they were using the same mechanism. No, guess it's pretty evident. It's not a set time for the conversions for the set. As you can see right now, it's gonna be already just a batch of axemen coming forward. And no, well, Gorm Biscuit Shoe is gonna be at this point already apparently resigning, as he's not liking right now the army coming for him. And this one is going to be quite a bit of a quickie, it seems. Okay, so that definitely means therefore that HellsRavage is gonna be securing himself a victory in the first round with quite a good performance. Hagrid tried in the first game, he was definitely closer as he could have told and could have seen. But overall it seemed that HellsRavage was having quite a bit tighter grip on the games. And therefore, he's gonna be deservedly advancing into the second round of the tournament. And he is waiting for Iron Maiden in there for the round to match up. That is still to be scheduled. Still to be scheduled as far as I know. So this is gonna be therefore the last first round match. As therefore I guess they will look maybe on some early upgrades. Probably not on the military, right? It's way too soon for that. Oh, maybe not even. You can say down pierce damage already for the Thor. So you went for early armor. Interesting. Unfortunately, even though he built into the front, he kind of never got to it. Set really is nasty with the animals at the start. Because at the start, even though the animals are pretty weak, well, any kind of unit is actually a lot stronger in the very early stages of the game. It's right now not gonna be having anything on the economy. On the other side, I've already forgotten there was the pickaxe. I was just thinking about that thing that I was saying. Completely lost my train of thought as far as the ups. But again, see that the score also fairly similar, but yeah, well, the difference, of course, was going to be becoming quite a bit apparent, and Hagrid cut it down even before it started to be even on the score. Crazy Kid, I don't think he really scuffed it with the extra Ulf's Arc. I don't think so. That is something that you actually gonna be seeing players do fairly often, and against set especially, it's not like abnormal. You definitely do see that, attempting exactly to stop the conversions, just to be giving himself a bit more time and better early classical. So it does have its bonus, but unfortunately he wasn't able to do that. Hagrit very well, or the HellsRavage very well defended him, and was able to get a few more extra animals himself. So it just didn't work according to plan for Hagrit, and HellsRavage, he is effectively a Norse main. Oh, at this point Norse main is probably a bit strong to say. He used to be a Norse main, but currently I'm thinking he's playing a lot of Eggy in tournaments. So I guess there is maybe multi-godder as well. Most of the top players currently are multi-godders. Quite competent ones at that. So you can just kinda say main god, what they used to be as a main god pretty much. Thinking that's probably like better set maybe. So 200 here for Hells. Obviously the economy should be better for Hagrid, and it definitely is. 7 and 5, that's therefore 12. And the 2, so 1000 resources more for Hagrid. But even with 1000 resources more, the Eggy, well, did have a better time of the game. You can see even the economy, 28 against 22, and that's no second TC. Yet again, Vanilla and Hagrid, no, at the same time, he's gonna be also having the 0 unit skill, but yet again, it's just basically before even the big battle began. So, he's gonna be having the same at this point score on the unit skilled as we have seen in the previous match from Ardeshir. So both are gonna be having that unfortunate number there. But yet again, here it's just kind of like cut before it even began. And in the previous match, it was fortunately getting lured into a bad battle and staying in it. No, kind of couldn't even escape from it. So needed to be thinking before actually even getting into that position and maybe saving himself some losses there. But nonetheless, here in this game, it's gonna be therefore a clear win 2-0 for HellsRavage, so congratulations again. You can see at the bottom, of course, the increase in the army. Quite a quick one as well, but yet again, the 3-pop from the Herser is a bit skewing this, but nonetheless, with the animals, even if it's gonna be something like a weak Gazelle, it's gonna be good numbers ahead, or the ahead above. You can see Gazelle set 2.4 attack, which is even lower than the Ulfsaks in Archaic Age. 13 hit points, 34% melee resistance. It's kind of funny to be having the melee resistance and not the pierce. I guess it's gonna be because of the horns, right? Or do actually gazelles have horns or antlers? Probably antlers, right? Yeah, deer. That's gonna be like a deer gazelle, so it's gonna be having antlers. But obviously not gonna like spread out and branching, but singular ones. I think it's gonna be the case that it's not like a cow, right? Orok is gonna be like a cow. Who knows? Just a bit of a random thought here. Or they could be having on their heads. But nonetheless, it's still something to deal with for their enemy units. And having to therefore effectively use and waste their damage against something else than the units that they want to be necessarily killing. Or suffer the damage from it, even though it's not too high. It still mounts up in the early stages. Okay, so therefore congrats to HellsRavage on advancing into the second round of the winner's bracket at this point still of the AOL Destroyers Vanilla Summer Tournament 2021. No, and Hagrit is gonna be having his chance in the loser's bracket, where I mentioned earlier in the previous match when you're looking into the bracket, exclamation mark bracket in the chat, he is waiting for the loser of the match between Grand Monster and Shenanigans. That should be finished somewhere later this week. So we'll see about that, I guess. I guess we will see about that one. No count, so that's gonna be there for it for this one. GG.